Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train we will be doing a standard run on Covenant rank 25, but we are not going to use any expert challenges. We're just going to do a normal run. And we're going to be playing as the Umbra Hellhorned. Now, the last time that we played as the Umbra Hellhorned and won was Covenant rank 1. So let's try to beat it on Covenant rank 25. Also, this is the combination that we've never done before. Primary Umbra, Exiled Hellhorned. This is the only combination of the Umbra Hellhorned that we haven't done. Let's go. Ooh, we're fighting Seraph the Temperant. Oh, I really want to win this one. Alright, friendly units enter with SAP 3. And I forget what else Seraph the Temperant does, because I haven't played with him in a while. We have something that adds some good stuff. Making of a Morsel, Fortify, and Ember Cache as our beginning. Kind of like that starting deck. It doesn't lead me in any particular direction, but it's a good, like, general purpose card starting deck. So, we are going to click this one first, because with the primary champion, there are two that we haven't done. These two are the ones that we haven't really done. And I think what we're going to do this time is Architect. So I've never gone down all the way to level 3 of either of these, and I want to do that. So let's do Architect. Part of the reason I'm doing Architect is because we started with Making of a Morsel. Which means that taking up lots of space is not the best for our champion. So, start with Architect. And let's see what our Divine Horde gives us. So the first time each turn an enemy unit dies, add 2 morsel units to your hand. So we could go really heavy morsels on our champion, because our champion has more space wherever they are. I like it. Shade Lamp. And then don't really care too much about Refracting Lens, so Jack Strips. Jack Strips could also just solve the first battle, by the way, depending on what's here. It doesn't really solve it with those. Oh, but the Mark of Invasion is completely taken care of. Let's turn on Mark of Invasion. So, there's a couple things that we could do. We could play our champion at the bottom, because we know that these are all going to die. But it does mean that things like the Discipled Foot Soldier will hit our champion, unless we play things in front of our champion. Which we can. In fact, we can play our entire hand. Let's play our entire hand. I'm going to put the champion at the bottom, which is often a bad plan, but let's do it this time. So, champion at the bottom. Let's play Ember Cache. Let's play Making of a Morsel. We got the Morsel Miner, of course. That's the morsel you get. And I think what we want is the Queen's Impling in front so that it takes 9 of the damage and dies. And fortifying our champion because it doesn't make any sense anywhere else. Okay, you die from Jack Strips alone, so we don't actually have to take care of you. Jack Strips is just taking care of the first battle all on its own. Ooh, the Collector. We do want the Collector to die, which probably means we play something at the top. We could play a Queen's Impling at the top and get even more morsels for the bottom. I kind of like that plan. Let's do it. So Queen's Impling at the top. If we're playing a Queen's Impling at the top, we can't fit all of the morsels down here that we would play. So why don't we play something with the Queen's Impling so that it takes the Ember Drain. So let's play a Shade Splitter first. The Rubble Morsel could take the Ember Drain. We don't care about the Rubble Morsel. So Rubble Morsel, Queen's Impling, then we get more morsels. Ooh, I like you having lifesteal. Like you having lifesteal. So this one's going behind. And then if we put you in front, you take 7 of the damage. But if we put you in back, then you have more life overall after the lifesteal happens. So let's put you in the back. Which means, are we putting any morsel in front? You know? If we put any morsel in front at this point, it doesn't do much, so let's put all the morsels in the back. Alright. And then we still have a Queen's Impling to play, which we could play here to kill that one. Alright. A brief respite, in which we play a Making of a Morsel and a Shade Splitter, so that our champion gets even better. Oh, even more lifesteal? Alright, champion is doing just fine. Train Steward, we're going to put one Train Steward in the center. But the other one we won't play. Alright, and we're already winning. I don't see a reason to do anything but click end turn and win. Nice. So there's Mind Collapse, which is quite nice. I don't mind the Immortal Trade either, because we've got the Ember Cache in our deck. So we could react from Ember Drain. Okay. The Mind Collapse I like because we could put a True Stone in it. And it could be quite nice that way. I like both of those as options. Let's take the Immortal Trade first. I think Immortal Trade is surprisingly good. You just have to make sure that you accomplish it. You have to do it. The Fledgling Imp could go in our deck. It would be fine. Or we could take none of these. Because I don't think we want imps when we get lots of morsels. So we could just take none of these. I don't think having a card that says Rage 3 on it does very much. And another Fortify is probably not worthwhile. Yeah, let's skip. We want to keep our deck size down a little bit. I do like getting another Umbra unit. Don't know if I like going to a Merchant of Steel currently, though. I guess we will. Yeah, I guess we will. We don't have many spells that we want to upgrade either. So let's go this way, get the Umbra banner. We've never mastered Shadow Eater, and this is a time that we would get more morsels than we normally do. So it is a time that we could have Shadow Eater. What would we want on Shadow Eater? We could make it immortal. Immortal Shadow Eater? That's fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. Let's make our Shadow Eater immortal. And then we could even give it a Battle Stone or a Strength Stone. It feels like the Battle Stone is good because it gains health back, but it also seems kind of pointless when we just put immortal on it. I don't really think the Battle Stone is that valuable. I don't want to reroll. I don't know that the Strength Stone is that valuable either on that card, so let's just purge a Train Steward. And decide what else we're doing with Shadow Eater later. After we figure out what we might be sacrificing to it, I guess. Spikes 3. Hurts some. But it's not so bad. Let's do Spikes 3. Doing some of the early trials gets us some money early, and I do like getting the money early. So Jack Strips kills you. Putting the Shadow Eater on the second floor might be good. Or we could put it on the bottom floor and give it a morsel this turn. Don't mind that. What if we do making of a morsel? Ooh. We can't play all of those, can we? I wanted to play these 4, but we can't play those 4. So what if we put the Penumbra at the top, the Shadow Eater at the bottom? Shadow Eater gets a morsel this turn. Penumbra does not. We have Ember Drain next turn, which is sad. I think I'm still down with that. So Penumbra, you're going at the top. We're going to play Making of a Morsel because that's the best morsel to give my Shadow Eater. And then the Shadow Eater defeats those 2. And we get morsels every turn, so we can just defeat all of those units with a Shadow Eater every turn. That's the basic plan here. Umbra morsel we could play for the Shadow Eater, so it kills those 2. We need to play something so that my champion can defeat that, and we don't have that yet. Unless, well, we could play Queen Zimpling, I guess. Rubble morsels and Umbra morsel. Okay, we're going to play both of those for our champion, so that our champion gets stronger. And then we're going to play a Queen's Impling here, so that the champion has enough to defeat you. Okay, it's something. So, Making of a Morsel is always a good thing. Let's play that one. Let's play the Ember Cache because we can this turn. And it doesn't cost anything more than what we would already be spending. No reason to give any morsels to my Shadow Eater this turn, so let's put them all at the top. We could even put the Umbra morsel in front without any downsides. Fortify on my Penumbra. And we could play a Queen's Impling and a Train Steward in the center or at the top. Well, the Train Steward can't go at the top. Queen's Impling doesn't do much at the top. Or we could play them at the bottom. You know, let's play the Train Steward at the bottom. It's going to go... No, we don't want it at the bottom. Let's play it in the center. And now the Queen's Impling because I played the Train Steward there. The problem is the Shadow Eater has Endless, and we won't be able to play it in the center now that I played a Train Steward there. Unless our Train Steward dies somehow. Okay, you know what? That was just a bad play. In any event, we'll be fine. We cannot win at the bottom, surely, especially because you've got Sweep, so I can't put morsels down there. So we can't even kill the back 2 with your ability. They will die from the jack strips, though. So there's nothing really to do at the bottom. There's nothing really to do at the bottom. So we could do things at the top and the center. Alright, Shade Splitter, Shade Splitter. Do things at the top. You get a bunch of morsels, so that you become big and strong. And then a Train Steward? Sure. You know what? The center's not going to be any better, so let's just do a Train Steward. At least we know we'll win at the top, no problem. But I feel like we could have done much better with our Shadow Eater. Fortify you, Making of a Morsel, Shadow Eater, give you all the morsels because that's what we do with all this space. And then click end turn and win next turn. Okay, we win. First 2 down. and we did the trials, and we defeated the collectors. We've gotten as much money as we could possibly have gotten. I do like my prismal dusts. I like my packed morsels as well. We get a lot of morsels, but you know, maybe we could just get even more morsels. Let's get even more morsels. I kind of like the vent, but we sort of have Shadow Eater does the same thing as vent, more or less. I like Hidden Passage in theory in order to overstack a floor, but are we really going to overstack a floor when we have our champion adding so much space to a floor? Maybe we just take Fledgling Imp. I know that I just turned down a Fledgling Imp, but maybe we take it anyway? No, let's either take Vent or Skip. Vent or Skip. See, you don't have piercing, and that's the main thing that would be great to have a vent for, is we could put a True Stone in it and give it piercing. Let's take a vent. It's not my favorite time that I've taken vent, though, and I really tend to like my vents. Duplicate a card. What card would we duplicate? Kind of nothing. Alright, let's go to the right, because I think a unit does not beat an artifact and the heal when we don't really know exactly which unit we want. We might go for that Hellhorned unit anyway. Okay, yeah, let's go to the right. We get a lot of artifacts. I think we should go to the Concealed Cavern before the artifacts. Let's see what it does for us. Okay, it's fine. We could do a trap shoot to descend units and give them dazed, or a steel polyclaw to ascend them and daze them. The trap shoot works on bosses. The hook kind of doesn't. I think I'd rather do the trap shoot. The doors. I could have considered doing neither, but I think I prefer taking the doors. Rage does not decay on friendly units, or units get an extra upgrade slot. The advanced prototype we're not taking. So we don't have any source of rage currently, because I've turned down 2 things that would give rage. So it would do nothing right now. The Pyrestone housing doesn't do anything right now either, but it would eventually. Let's take Pyrestone housing. I think it's generally the better of those. Summon abilities that trigger an additional time. I wish I had taken the Rage Imps now. Okay, so summon abilities going an additional time basically means imps are better. And I've turned down imps so many times. I think we take Scorched Steel because it's better for morsels, whereas this is better for imps. Man, I think I kind of made poor decisions by not taking Rage Imps. Oh well. Double barrel constructed explosives explode twice. It's annoying. So the Overgorger at the bottom, would it die? It would. Would it die if we played as Queen's Implant? So first, it would die, right? Because 50 damage. We don't need it at the bottom. Why am I thinking the bottom? We could put it in the center this time. Put it in the center this time. I don't know why I was thinking about putting that at the bottom. We don't really need to. And then I prefer my Train Stewards to be gone. Be gone, Train Steward. Okay, you are not dying, and we could give you an imp so that you could heal some. I like that. Let's play the Shade Splitter first. we can't give you an imp and a Queen's Impling, because we don't have the space for that. And I think that we most want you to have a little bit more health. So let's give you this imp. And then fortify, magma morsel for the champion. Queen's Impling can go at the bottom. So we want the Morsel Jeweler for the champion, or just to take that hit. Taking the hit is not a bad thing either. Let's see what we have in our Shade Splitters. And we can play everything except the Queen's Impling, which is perfectly fine. We could also play Immortal Trade on our champion, which is fine, but it's better later, and we don't exactly have lots of Ember. I think we might still do it, though. Let's look at our Shade Splitters first. Magma Morsel, Morsel Jeweler. So if we give you 2 Morsel Jewelers, then it kind of doesn't matter that you would have Ember, Lifesteal, I mean. But the Lifesteal 4 is so valuable. Let's do the Lifesteal 4. Now we have Ember Drain, which is sad. Still want to give you the Morsel Jewelers, because, or at least one of them. You could get a Morsel Jeweler to heal up, or we could give them all to you. Let's play the Ember Catch. So give them all to the champion, or have you heal up a bit. Having you heal up a bit really doesn't do anything. So give them all to the champion. We will make decisions when we have to make decisions, basically. Alright. We can vent at the bottom, and we could play Packed Morsels. We could do those 2 things. Alright, let's do that. I'm kind of sad about what I'm going to do about you, because one of you is making it at the top at this point. Because our champion doesn't have, like, multi-strike or trample or anything like that. So we have to figure out what to do about you. And I don't really know the answer to that. Start with Packed Morsels. We could do a Magma Morsel here, which would make it so that we would do damage in the center, and do more damage to the front one, which means we have a chance of doing something there. Let's do the vent at the bottom. Gets more morsels. Okay, these morsels don't really do anything against you, so glad we played the Magma Morsel there. Maybe we play Queen's Implings to take care of the front one? It's hard to imagine that we'd get enough. We could trap shoot one of them. That works. Okay, we could trap shoot one of them. I like that. In that case, we're playing Making of a Morsel, definitely. And then we could either play a Queen's Impling or a Shade Splitter. What are we going to do about you? Well, you die from jackstrips. Right. So let's descend you. Actually, wouldn't we rather descend you? Because you would die and you have more health, just in case the amount of health matters. It descended to the bottom. What? Hold on. Did I not read that card? Descend a unit to the bottom floor. Oh, I thought it just descended it once. Whoops. Alright, well, we're doing a Shade Splitter now. And the Morsel Miner definitely goes here. There's really no value in giving you more health, except that you would survive next turn. Okay, let's give you more health so you survive next turn. It also deals 10 damage to the boss, which probably doesn't mean anything. Oh, the haste actually worked. The haste happened even though the creature that had the haste, that was giving the haste, died. Oh no. So you're still making it to the top. But if we play a magma morsel behind, you only deal the Pyre 2 damage. Or a morsel excavator behind. Actually, either of those work. We're going to play a morsel excavator here no matter what. So that means that the Pyre kills you in one hit. Okay, well, that was kind of upsetting. Don't know what we care to play. Do we play a train steward at the top? I've been really liking putting morsels up there, though, rather than things like train stewards. Yeah, let's put the train steward at the bottom and have it die. Alright, we could give you more health, or we could do all of that to our top unit. I think the top unit has enough attack, so we're going to give you a morsel, a magma morsel. I mean, honestly, the top unit probably wins already. Okay, we took 2 damage. 2 damage isn't too bad. Well, excavated Ember first. We're not going to win on this floor, but we could do a lot on this floor. What if we do an Ant Umbra morsel here? Now we're doing more damage. Let's do as much as we can on this floor, that's all we can do. Alright. We could do the Fortify on that floor, though. That doesn't really do much. Do the Fortifies here. And then Vent. Alright. And then we play morsels at the top. We can also play our Shadow Eater again. But we don't need to do either of those things. We can just click Enter. And win. Only 2 damage taken. One Horn's Tome. We've never mastered. But does that mean we take it? I think the Furnace Tap is probably what we want, considering that we already took Immortal Trade. Because, you know, once you have 2 Ember Drain, what's 4 more? Whereas the Fragile probably kills our units really fast. I'm gonna take Furnace Tap. Branded Warrior. Okay, I'm mainly thinking about what do we sacrifice to our Shadow Eater. Our Shadow Eater with Endless who likes to gorge. Well, we could do the Steelworker. We could take the Rail Beater because it's a good unit and put it on the floor where our champion is. Because the champion is going to add lots of space. And I mean, it's not a very good thing to sacrifice to that other unit. Okay, none of these are sacrifice fodder. Let's take a Rail Beater just to take a Rail Beater. And then I like Fell's Remorse, but I think we want Herzl's Compound more. Especially with how cheap our deck is. Let's take Herzl's Compound. Okay. I want a unit, which means the Hellhorned banner is the way to go. Let's go that way. It's also a removal, which is good. Let's upgrade the champion first, because we know we're going to take Architect 2, which only applies 1 more. Basically means that this takes up no space. Peek into the Divine Temple. Extreme Stone and True Stone. We're going to immediately put a True Stone on a vent. Could also put the Extreme Stone on that vent. Possibly not, though. Peek in the Merchant of Magic. We see Keepstone. Ooh. Keepstone could go on the vent so that we could do it every turn. Which I like doing that. I like doing that. We will probably do that. But let's take this Hellhorned banner. Interesting. So one of the things that we could do is take this and sacrifice the Rail Beater to it. Armor 30 on one of these is not bad. Like, armor 30 on the Horned Warrior isn't too bad, because the main problem is its health, and it could go on the same floor as the champion. Okay, I'm thinking about it. I don't think the Branded Warrior is going to be great in this one. So the Horned Warrior it is. Let's remove 2 Train Stewards. And then consider, are we sacrificing our Rail Beater to the Horned Warrior? I think we are. Sacrifice the Rail Beater to the Horned Warrior. It's not a good unit yet, but we haven't put any stones in it yet. I don't want the Extreme Stone there, I want the True Stone. Or the Keepstone, I mean. Keepstone so that we can do 10 damage on a floor with piercing every turn. That basically takes care of the small units once we draw that card. And then Surge Stone is untakeable. Ember Stone we could play on Making of a Morsel. And then we could purge a card. Purge another Train Steward. Okay. If we can get a small deck that makes good use of Furnace Tap and Immortal Trade, then I think we win. It's just, we need to make it a small deck, and we need to have some way to gain Ember when we have enormous amounts of Ember Drain, which we don't really have yet. We don't have that. There's a few things. If we got Hell's Banners, that would work perfectly with Shade Lamp. Yeah, okay. Well, let's move on. The Porcupine. Non-boss enemy units get +6. I don't know if we can take that. Let's take it anyway. So the real question, okay, you've got 2 health at the very beginning, so the Jack Strips takes care of you. Wonderful. We got kind of all of the things that we wanted on the first turn, actually. We can play Packed Morsels first, so that we can see what morsels we have. We want a morsel at the top that the Penumbra is going to eat, because the Penumbra is going in front. The Horned Warrior is not going in front. And we can't play the Shade Splitter, so... I mean, I guess all of these are going to go for the Penumbra, right? Yeah, all of them are going toward the Penumbra. Rail Beater goes behind, Shadow Eater goes on the second floor, and then Antumbra Morsel and Morsel Jeweler goes here. Okay. I want to play a Morsel so that we kill the Collector. Also, we get to do this every turn. And we don't really need to do that at the bottom. We could do that in the center. Okay. Don't know what we're going to do. There's lots of good choices, though. Oh man. We can give lifesteal, like a bunch of lifesteal to something. I don't know what wants a bunch of lifesteal, but we could do it. Could be you, but you've got 2 damage shields, so the lifesteal is a little bit weird. Still. I think we do this for you. And I guess we do the lifesteal? Give you the lifesteal. Give the middle one the damage. Do we do Immortal Trade? We could do it this turn, because we're going to draw a vent, which means that we can deal 10 damage to units like every turn, and take care of any of the scary stuff. Okay, you know what? Let's play Immortal Trade. So you're going to get a bunch of lifesteal. And then we play Vent down here because playing it in the center doesn't do anything except 2 damage to you. So down here it deals you 12 damage. And gets its two more morsels, which we can't play. How sad. I think we just play those morsels down here. Sadly. I guess the Umbra morsel can go in front, so that we deal you 6 damage. Okay, thing at the top is dying. We can't play the Furnace Tap. Don't know how we're going to deal enough damage to you, because we just don't do that much damage at the top. Let's play a Shade Splitter. Rubble Morsel doesn't do too much for us. I think we're going to play the Fortify here. I think we play the Rubble Morsel here, so we do another 10 damage to you. And then I feel like we have to play the Vent down here, because getting rid of that Clip Shaman, dealing some damage there is important. It's not the best, but I think it's what we're doing. And then Umbra Morsel, Magma Morsel. We just don't do enough damage at the top. That's the problem. Yeah, the problem, we have a lot of survivability, but we don't have a lot of damage in the deck yet. We can take care of small units, but we can't take care of big units. Like this one, which is going to deal a lot of damage to my Pyre, as it currently stands. Well, let's play Ember Cache. Let's play a Shade Splitter, because we're definitely doing that. And then I see no reason not to play Queen's Impling. We're going to play the Vent at the bottom. So we could play Queen's Impling at the top, so that we deal 10 more damage to you, and you don't take out one of my damage shield. Okay, now let's Vent at the bottom, see what other morsels we have to work with. Morsel Miner, Morsel Jeweler, Rubble Morsel. Because you have so much lifesteal, I don't really care about damage shield on you. So I think we're going to put the damage shield here. And basically both turns are a problem, because we just don't do enough damage. So that one is going to hit my Pyre twice. Ouch. Ooh, that hurt a lot. And you're going to hit my Pyre a whole bunch too, because we don't even kill the front one. That's real bad. Okay, let's play Excavated Ember, see what we're doing there. Okay, Deadweight, whatever. Guess the Vent is going to deal more damage. Making of a Morsel, Shade Splitter, Vent. Those were not the best Shade Splitters either. The Morsel Miner definitely goes here. Rubble Morsel, one of them is going here. One of them is going here. Fortify goes here, so that we more easily defeat the boss. And then the Vent at the top. At least we're killing the front one, but we're not dealing any damage to the back one, so it's hitting my Pyre 3 times. Ouch. We took a lot of damage in this one. I'm very not happy with that result. Okay, we can play Vent every turn, so we take care of the bottom floor, no problem. Let's do the Excavated Ember. Let's play... We want the Morsel Miner at the top, of course. We want the Morsel Jeweler in the center, I guess. And then Shade Splitter, Shade Splitter. Magma Morsel, Rubble Morsel. We're going to get 2 more morsels, because we're going to kill those. So I guess we're going to play those morsels down here. Which seems kind of silly, but still. And we can go here. Alright, so we're dealing 9 damage. 9 damage to the boss. Okay, I don't think we're going to have trouble defeating the boss. Especially because we're going to do this. Give you multi-strike. You can even get more life steal. Okay, so we're going to have no problem against the boss. We just took a lot of damage on the way, which I do not like. Do not like how much damage we took along the way. We can daze the boss? Alright. Yeah, okay, so we can deal with bosses, but we can't deal with the things before the bosses, except for the small units. We've got ways to deal with small units, but not big units. Don't really like Cave-In that much. Grovel is more of what we do. We could take Grovel, or we could take none of these. Let's take none of these. We don't want One-Horned Stone. We also don't want Impressive or Battering Ram. I'm going to take One-Horned Tome for the potential that we could master it, but I think it's not going to happen. Alright. We're going to the right because we want the Merchant of Magic. We also wouldn't mind that 20 Pyre health. Divine Temple has a Value Stone and a Seek Stone. If we were playing One-Horned Tome, the Value Stone would be good. I am not sure if we're playing One-Horned Tome. The Seek Stone... Seek Stone is only fine. It's not amazing. Let's peek in here too. Merchant of Magic. I see another Immortal Stone. That's not what we want. We'll probably re-roll here. Let's take our Herzel's Horde. The first Hell Pact. That affects Vent. Only a little bit. Volatile Gauge is kind of bad for us. And the first Hell Pact might actually help, so we're going to take it. It makes X-cost cards that we get in the future a lot better. I want to re-roll. I might want to take one of these first, like the Strength Stone on the Horned Warrior. Especially because we can add lots of upgrades. So Strength Stone on Horned Warrior. Battle Stone on the Shadow Eater, maybe? Don't know if we care about the Battle Stone. If we're going to take it, we're going to put it on the Shadow Eater. Alright. And then re-roll. Speed Stone. Do we want that on something? We could put it on the Horned Warrior. Give it a Speed Stone. It's not amazing with a Speed Stone. But it's a potential build that we could go for. Let's give you Quick. and give you another strength stone. And the idea here, which is not a great idea, granted, but the idea here is that we could use the furnace tap on our horned warrior to give him even more multi-strike, and quick with lots of multi-strike can be amazing. And we could even play One Horn's Tone on him because he's got 30 armor that he starts with. Okay, so that's a maybe bad plan that we have as a plan. Oh boy. Value Stone. I don't really care about that on One Horn's Tome or Furnace Tap because they're consume cards, and we're not going to play them when we draw them, like the first time we draw them, so I don't care about the Value Stone. I don't think the Seek Stone does much for us either, so do we engage back? We could only sacrifice really Queen Zimplings. I don't think we do anything here. Although we need to get to 100 pack shards. We'll have chances. We'll have chances. Okay. Let's go to the next one. I'm kind of feeling like we could die at any time. The sweep is real bad for us. Yeah, you having sweep is real bad. Also, the Seal of Aggression, I think, is real bad. So we're not going to turn those on. Okay, we get to kind of set up, but we don't have any morsels to play, which is kind of sad. That means we're going to have Ember Drain next turn. Okay, there's our morsels. So now that we have some morsels, we play at least one in the center, but we're going to play the Making of a Morsels at the top. We're going to play the Ember Cache now. So, Morsel Miner, Morsel Miner. Those are the easy ones. And then we're going to play something in the center. Let's play the Morsel Excavator at the top too. Let's play the Morsel Jeweler in the center. And then Fortify at the top. Okay. You know what? It's not going too bad. You, I believe we will be able to kill you now that we've upgraded our Horned Warrior. The stones in the Horned Warrior make it so that you will die. I don't know why I don't play the Shadow Eater at the bottom. It has Endless, so there's kind of no reason not to play it at the bottom. I think that there was a trial that we took that caused me to put it in the center, and I've done that every time since then, which is silly. I shouldn't do that. Act Morsels. Alright. You get more Morsel Excavators. And a Magma Morsel. You get a Morsel Jeweler. And then we've got 2 Umbra Morsels. Let's play one here. Let's play one at the bottom. Let's play a Fortify at the top. And then we can play the Queen's Impling. I guess we play the Queen's Impling. And then we play Vent, which will give me 2 more morsels. So our Queen's Impling can get stronger. Let's make the Queen's Impling a strong Queen's Impling, I guess. Okay, so far this one is going so much better than the last one. Let's see if we can continue all the way through. So we're playing Vent every turn. Vent kills the entire bottom. Do we want to do Immortal Trade? No, because I want to do Furnace Tap. Alright, so we're just playing a Shade Splitter. Magma Morsel at the top, of course. And then play Event at the bottom. Bam. And then Morsel Jewelers. You don't really need a Morsel Jeweler. Why are you taking damage? Don't you have lifesteal? And you're not killing that one. Because you've got quick, you deal 70 damage, and then you should... Oh, because you're losing armor. Right. Okay. I think I'm going to put the Morsel Jeweler down here. Oddly enough. Okay. Guy at the top takes out some of my armor. We're going to play Furnace Tap this turn to give you a whole bunch of multi-strike, because you've got a lot of attack. I mean, a whole bunch meaning one multi-strike, but you know. And then play a Shade Splitter. Rubble Morsel, we'll play that at the top. And then a Vent, because we want the Vent for next turn, so we can defeat the back units with it. Okay, we actually have Excavated Ember, so we can actually do stuff this turn, which is kind of nice. We could play Immortal Trade and get even more Ember Drain. When you already have 3 Ember Drain, why not? Alright. We play Shade Splitter, Vent, and get more morsels. Which morsels would we like to play where? I think we want you to have as much lifesteal as possible, so let's put the lifesteal ones there. I think we want you to continue having damage shield. And then we could give Morsel Jewelers to you. Actually, we can't give you anything because of the sweep. Right. So... and Umbra Morsel. And then I guess we could, well, play the morsels, they just won't do anything. Alright, he's got lifesteal 12, which is annoying. It's a nice time to have some damage shield. Let's play the Excavated Ember. Play another Excavated Ember. We can play Queen's Impling, which will do you damage, but you'll heal it back up. Huh. I'm actually not sure what to do that actually does something, except for these 2 making of a morsels. I don't think we have to do something that does something, but still. Don't know what we do. Maybe we just play Vent. I mean, Queen's Impling is slightly better than Vent. Okay, yeah, he heals up all the way though, because he's got all the lifesteal. But the lifesteal is almost gone, and we have 7 lifesteal ourselves, and we can even Dazed you. Alright, now our back unit one doesn't die. Great, that was a much better battle than the previous one. Okay, what do we have? We could get another Ember Cache. I don't think we can take Ember Forge. Yeah, I don't think we can take Ember Forge. As much as I want to, because it'll give me Ember at least once. Let's take the Ember Cache. Transcend Imp? Oh, if only, but we didn't take the things to make Transcend Imp good. The Rage 4 Armor 5. Is that a good thing to take? Because Rage 4 on a multi-strike unit is not bad. Let's take that. I want to remove lots of cards in this deck, and I think we've filled our units with their upgrade stones, except for Queen's Implings, which are getting pretty bad. I would like to remove them. So let's go to the right. Let's peek in the Merchant of Magic. I see Freestone. Power Stone doesn't do anything. So we see a Freestone. Divine Temple has a Value Stone, which we might take, but probably not. Let's now go into the Concealed Caverns. What do we have here? Oh, okay. We could make a unit a lot bigger or a lot smaller. I mean, if we made our Shadow Eater smaller, we could have more morsels where it is. But I kind of really like making the Horned Warrior with a Rail Beater on it have the major refraction. Let's do that. 4 stones in 1 unit. I've never done that before. He should still be able to go behind my champion, but we don't get to do as many morsels. Which means we should probably add more space. Okay, I think that we remove Queen's Implings. Because I like the Shade Splitters, and I don't like the Queen's Implings. Okay, Freeze Stone I think is the easy one because we want to put that on Furnace Tap. We really don't care about Furnace Tap until we care about it. The Ember Stone is harder. We could put it on Inflame. Or the other Making of a Morsel. Other Making of a Morsel. We basically always want to play those. Okay. Do we take Value Stone? We could put that on Inflame. I think we do put that on Inflame. Okay, so we're making a bunch of 0-cost cards, which makes it better to have lots of Ember Drain. Just saying. It might be that having lots of Ember Drain on units might be good. It's hard to imagine that that's good, but it might be good. Okay, this time I want to put you at the bottom. We don't have a morsel to give you, but I still want to put you at the bottom. You're taking a ton of damage on the first turn. You're going at the bottom. I have declared it. I just have to do it. Alright, so you two go at the top. You have to go first because you give the space so that this one could actually go there. I don't know why I'm still putting you behind. I guess you're quick, so it almost doesn't matter what order they're in. Okay, I see a Packed Morsels and a Making of a Morsel. I like seeing those. Let's do Ember Cache as well. Let's do the Fortify here and then play the Packed Morsels. I guess we could also play Shade Splitter. Alright, we've got all of the morsels we could wonder about. The Morsel Excavator might be good on the top. Actually, you kill things fast, but yeah, I don't know. Putting the Umbra Morsel at the bottom in front is really important, because that means that you survive. And then we could give you another morsel. Morsel Excavator or Morsel Miner at the top? I think we do Morsel Excavator at the top. And then we do Morsel Miner at the bottom. And then 2 morsels here which just die. Actually, we've got the Shattering Dark Shard, but that says when one of your units dies. Oh. It does not exclude morsels, so we can't play our other units. We need space. I didn't think choosing Architect would make me want to have more space, but I want more space, even though I chose Architect. We can't play spells at the top. Not that we... Oh, we were going to play Inflame at the top. Okay, fair. We were going to play Inflame. We might still. But we have to play everything else first. And the bottom is the best. You have Sweep. I hate that. Really dislike that. Let's play Ember Cache here too. Play the Shade Splitter because at the worst we just play it somewhere. So we don't have a morsel that survives the sweep. Oh, no, never mind. The Scorched Steel makes it so that any morsel survives the sweep. Okay, well, in that case, we could do any morsel there. which means we play Morsel Miner up here. I want to play the Inflame. It would make the Trap Shoot cost more, and the Furnace Tap cost more. The Furnace Tap costing more is the worst part about that. We could play the Trap Shoot on you. Seems kind of pointless. Let's keep the Trap Shoot around. I'm just going to play the Inflame here. And you're going to get a morsel. Or 2 morsels, because you can. 2 morsels. Which one do I not want you to have? I guess I'm going to put the Magma Morsel behind, because I want to do more damage there. And you can have a Morsel Jeweler. And then the Rubble Morsel just dies. Or the Rubble Morsel does not die, and instead it gives the Queen's Impling some stuff. Okay, I'm really not worried about the stuff going up the train until you're the worst one. But until you came along, I was not worried about the things going up the train. We can fortify here, that's no problem. We're going to play Vent, probably at the bottom. Let's play Shade Splitters and then Vent. So Shade Splitters, and then we Vent at the bottom. Just to do a little bit of damage to those guys. I still want the Morsel Miners here, I think. Or the Morsel Excavator. I like the Morsel Excavator, actually. Let's do the Morsel Miner at the bottom, along with an Umbra Morsel. And Umbra Morsel in the center. So that, well, it doesn't die, but you still die because of the sweep. Okay, can we defeat this one when it gets to the top? Currently the answer is we just barely don't defeat it. But we could do Furnace Tap. We could also do a Vent this turn, but then these two cost more if we play the Vent in the center. Let's play the Vent at the bottom this turn. Let's just get a bunch of morsels. Even though we already have a couple morsels. Maybe we do play the Furnace Tap this turn. We do have all of those excavated embers in the deck. Let's play the Furnace Tap. So, Multi-Strike 1 and Ember Drain 4. You're getting that. And then we can play 1 Shade Splitter. And now we've got our choice of morsels. I think that we give the Rubble Morsel to our champion. And then you get the other 2. And then we play the Vent at the bottom to deal some damage to you 2. And so that we have it again next turn. Okay. Things are dying at the top, and we actually have Excavated Ember, as well as a bunch of things that cost 0, for that matter. Fortify here. Excavated Ember. The Morsel Miner, I think we put that at the top. We put a Morsel Jeweler and an Umbra Morsel at the bottom. And then we put a Morsel Jeweler in the center with a Queen's Impling. For whatever reason. We could Vent in the center. Actually, that's better than the bottom. Because now we can give you lots of morsels. Which is kind of silly, but we can. So we will. Okay. We're actually doing okay. We also have a lot of Ember this turn, because look at all of these activated Embers. Oh my gosh, so much Ember this turn. So little to do with it. So little to do with it. We have a vent that's going to do a lot of damage, I guess. I think what we do is we trap shoot you. We immortal trade you. And fortify you. Trap shoot you and then vent at the bottom. That's silly. And then where do we want these morsels? I think we want the Umbra morsel here. Let's play the Rebel morsel at the bottom. You're going to die from jack strips now. Alright. You've got 4 lifesteal. I want you to have even more. Have even more. I want you to have more rage. Making of a morsel. Now we've got 2 morsels. We could play the Morsel Jeweler and a Morsel Miner at the bottom. I like that. And we can vent at the bottom. I like that. Okay, I think we're winning no problem. It's a little bit hard to see if we're winning no problem right now, but the fact that my champion has a bunch of lifesteal is very good, especially because he's got quick, so you are not spending your lifesteal. Oh, and we actually have an Ember to spend this turn. How interesting. Not used to having an Ember to spend. Ooh, give you even more lifesteal. Alright. And then vent again. Ooh, we got another lifesteal. See, the lifesteal makes it so that my champion can survive a long time, so that you can do all of that damage. We've gone through 6 battles. Kind of surprised at how far we are already. Can we go all the way? Ooh, blazing bolts. I have to take blazing bolts, don't I? I mean, Kindle is probably the better choice. Kindle is the better choice. The reason to take blazing bolts is that I've never played with blazing bolts, and it's the only card that I've never put in a deck. But Kindle is better for this deck. It's not a lot better for this deck. Let's take blazing bolts. We've never played with blazing bolts. And I think... do I have to take Light of Seraph? I think I do. So that we can play 2 morsels at the top. Oh, right, we get to upgrade our champion as well. Okay. I want to remove more cards. Do I want to duplicate something? I'm not sure. We could duplicate Furnace Tap so that we could add even more multi-strike to my unit whenever we get to the point that we want to do that. That's an option. So we could go this way, duplicate Furnace Tap. Or we could go this way, get an artifact, get a Merchant of Magic, which would be useful, and a Concealed Caverns. I think I want to go left. I think the remove 2 cards is just very good for the deck that we have, because we really don't care about these Queen's Implants. So we remove those. That means that we draw what we want a lot more often. Let's take the champion upgrade. We already know what it is. Architect 3. And then duplicate... I think we are going to duplicate our Furnace Tap. We could duplicate the Horned Warrior. We could duplicate the Horned Warrior. It's a little bit weird, because it's not like it has a lot of health. And it takes up a ton of space. What would we do in the last Divinity fight with another Horned Warrior, for example? I don't think much of anything. Let's duplicate Furnace Tap. Alright, we don't want the money. Let's go into the next one. I think we could die at any time. And Heaven's Seal would be a great way to just die. So let's not turn that one on. For example, you being at the bottom on the first turn, real bad for me. I'm going to take 2 Ember Drain, because I'm going to put my Shadow Eater down there too. Yeah, Shadow Eater here, Penumbra at the top, fortify the Penumbra, vent you. Oh, and you just heal it back up, because you've got regen 20. Okay, so the vent does 18 damage. On 0, it does 15, which is exactly your health. How interesting. We have to play the Horned Warrior. That's required, but we could play that... Oh, we can't play a morsel first. We have to play the Horned Warrior, get even more Ember Drain. Play the vent at the bottom. That gives me morsels. We don't get to kill the Collector. We can give you some rage. It's still kind of not enough. Actually, it is enough. Yeah, it is enough. Okay, great. I want you to have... Honestly, your health doesn't matter very much. Let's give you some health. But your attack does matter. Okay, so we're already actually doing enough damage to kill the top guy. We're just going to have lots of Ember Drain. Okay, lots of Ember Drain it is. We could Dazed you, or we could double down on our Ember Drain, which seems maybe a dumb idea. Especially since we haven't played either Ember Cache. Let's not double down on Ember Drain just yet. Playing Making of a Morsel, we're playing the Shade Splitters, we're playing Vent. Okay. You've got Sweep for 6, which means morsels with 1 health die at the bottom, which means they all die at the bottom. We could Trap Shoot you, so that we don't take the Ember Drain. I'm really thinking about the Trap Shoot. Oh, the Sweep. The Sweep purchase at the top, too. Okay, all of these morsels are pointless. Unless we do a Trap Shoot. Because I'm not sure what else we would Trap Shoot, I'm thinking that we Trap Shoot you. So that we just don't take the Ember Drain and we get the morsel benefits. It's a little bit silly. I agree, but I don't think we're going to use Trap Shoot against anything else. Since we've got our Vent every turn, and the only thing in this battle that's scary are the things that we can Vent away. At 0, Ember as well. We have to play Ember Cache. We should play Making of a Morsel. Morsel Minor goes at the top. And then we Vent at the bottom. And then we play 2 more morsels. I like the Morsel Excavator on you. And then, do we give you the Morsel Jeweler? I think we do. Give you a bunch of morsels. Now, we've got Furnace Taps that I'm happy to spend. Happy to spend my Furnace Taps at this point. We're just going to have Ember Drain through the roof for the rest of this battle. So, Ember Cache to give me some Ember back, and then Furnace Tap on you. Actually, we should probably do it on the Champion, because the Champion has more attack. You know, okay. Champion gets it. Yeah. I think it's better on the Champion, even though that means adding Lifesteal to the Champion isn't as good. We have packed morsels this turn, which is great. I want to play all the morsels up here. Because they're not useful at the bottom. Not in this battle. Just realize that most of them are not useful at the top either because of the sweep. Whatever. The Umbra morsels are useful. The rest just die. Okay, we can fortify at the top as well. The sweep units really hurt my morsels. They really hurt the morsels, kind of a lot. Excavated Ember means that we could play Furnace Tap, so let's do that. Excavated Ember. Excavated Ember. Now we can play Shade Splitters and Furnace Tap and Immortal Trade. I don't know how much damage the boss does, but as long as the boss does less than our health, then we should definitely make the Penumbra have lots of lifesteal with Immortal Trade. So Furnace Tap and Immortal Trade. And we're going to give you as all of the health things, which includes the Rubble Morsels. I think we want the Vent for next turn, but I'm not sure. Let's play the Vent so that we get it next turn. I'm not sure if we want it next turn. We didn't care about it. Okay, if we don't play the Vent, we don't draw it again, which might be good. We want the Umbra morsels here. We want the Inflame. You deal 50 damage, so your lifesteal saves you a little bit. The Inflame probably should go on the back one. Don't play the Vent. Okay, we did get Excavated Ember. And another Excavated Ember. Okay, so we can play our cards. You are going to go in the center. Shade Splitter, Making of a Morsel, Making of a Morsel. So, what we want is for you to have lots of health. That means Morsel Miners. The Morsel Jeweler doesn't do anything because of the Lifesteal 3. The Rubble Morsel, I mean, kind of does something. So you get the other two. Okay. How are we doing against the boss? I feel like we should be doing quite well, but I don't know. We have Excavated Embers to play. Also, we're already winning. And we can have even more lifesteal and Inflame. Okay. And a Shade Splitter. Alright, we beat that boss. Actually, no problem. How about that? I think the problem is the last divinity. I don't know about Seraph. Seraph might be a problem, but I think the problem is going to be the last divinity. I don't think Feast is amazing, except to counteract Sweep. I don't think we counteract Sweep much with Feast. The Excavated Ember, don't think we care about. The Gem Trove might be nice, we just don't always have 4 Ember to spend. Let's skip. So the Imp in the Box and Impalate are pretty bad. The March of Shields is 10 armor. Do we skip that? I think we skip that. We don't really need the reorder. Alright, we're skipping cards. Skipping cards feels kind of bad. It might be good, but it feels bad. We've got 1 Queen's Impling left. I would be fine removing it. But the Merchant of Steel doesn't do anything for us. Another duplicate? I don't know if we want another duplicate. I think we're going to the right. For the removal, I don't know. Maybe we should go to the left so we can guarantee buy a merchant. Yeah, I guess we go to the left. Okay, so the Divine Temple is the most important thing here. It does not have much for us. Value Stone can go on Blazing Bolts. We have to take things, because in order to get 100 pack shards, we have to take things. The Stack Stone... I mean, it could go on that. It would cost 3. But applying Multi-Strike 2 is amazing. Applying Ember Drain 8 is a little bit questionable. But the Multi-Strike 2 is really strong. Do I want that? The Lifesteal 8? The Lifesteal 8 is pretty good. I might do the Lifesteal 8 for that. But let's check what Merchant of Trinkets has. When played, your champion gains 50% attack. That would be 50 attack. Although morsel units enter with damage shield, that means we could play at the top in the last divinity fight. Which is kind of huge, actually. Let's take the wing technology. I think that's kind of a must. Okay, now I feel a lot better about the last divinity fight. We don't have much money anymore. And I think we should duplicate the same card that we've been duplicating, the Furnace Tap again. But do we add something to it before we do? We could add a Value Stone to it. And then duplicate it. That's better than adding a Seek Stone to anything. Because the Seek Stone can't go on the thing that I want to have a Seek Stone on it. So Value Stone plus Duplicate could be how we get our pack shards. Value Stone on a Furnace Tap, duplicate that Furnace Tap. Duplicate Furnace Tap with Value Stone. Alright, we've got our pack shards. Now, we can take a Power Stone and an Ember Stone. So we will. Power Stone, Ember Stone. Ember Stone could go on Blazing Bolts, so that we can actually play it. When we draw an Excavated Ember. I don't think that's a big improvement to our deck, but it's what we're doing. And we go into Seraph the Temperant. I really want to defeat Seraph the Temperant. I don't know that Sap 3 affects us much at all with how much damage our units do. We just do so much that Sap 3 is probably not that significant. We didn't get our guy to put at the bottom on the first turn, which is sad. We play Making of a Morsel. We play that first, and then Penumbra, and then Horned Warrior. The order is very important there. Although I could have played my Morsel in front. I guess I have another Morsel to play. Because the Morsel has damage shield, so it can take the hit. Oh, wait a minute. We've got Quick. Doesn't matter where I play this Morsel. Okay, you know what? Fairly good first turn. Okay, the Shadow Eater. I think we have to play that at the bottom. The fact that it probably dies at the bottom is a small problem, but it's only a small problem. So, how much does it die by? You've got 15 times 2, that deals 30. That deals 75. So we would need to soak your attack and one more for him to survive at the bottom. Good to know. Let's get some morsels and decide which morsels we don't care to play and which ones we do care to play. Don't really want to play an extra morsel though, because you've got the harvest trigger. So maybe we don't play lots of morsels. How many morsels can we fit? We can fit 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom. Alright, never mind. we can play Shade Splitter. We can't play Immortal Trade until after we've played our Ember Caches. Ember Caches have to go first. So, where are we playing our morsels? At the bottom, we need to play a morsel that we don't care about, like a Rebel morsel. So now you don't die. Now we could add morsels that actually kill things. And we can kill one of them. We can't kill two of them. We have enough to play all of our morsels. Which ones do we want at the top? I really like you having lifesteal. So let's do that. Let's give you the Morsel Miner. The Morsel Jeweler can go at the bottom. I want you to eat the morsels, so I'm going to put them in the back now. And then another Morsel Jeweler goes at the bottom. Magma Morsel goes here. Okay. We're going to play these two, but after we get ways to get more Ender. That's the important ordering of that effect. So how are things going at the top this turn? You're not dying, but only by a very small amount. A very small amount that is not 2, so Jack Strips doesn't kill you. But if we dealt you 1 damage, you would die. Okay. 1 damage and you would die. Let's play a Morsel Excavator. So, making of a morsel. Oh, the sap 3. The sap 3 actually hurts that a lot. So you're going to deal 16 to my Pyre, as it stands. The sap 3 actually got me. We could play a Furnace Tap right now to deal with the sap 3. Or we could play a Queen's Impling in front. But then you would get 15 armor, because you would kill the Queen's Impling. Oh, we need to play these Furnace Taps. At the bottom, things are bad, because we did not draw Vent yet. I don't know if we could really save things at the bottom, either. Because if we stop 2 of the attacks with a morsel, then we get 45, 60 damage. So we'd have to stop 2 attacks with a morsel. And if we're stopping 2, then you're adding 30 armor, which is a lot. Okay, no matter what, we're playing these Shade Splitters. Let's start with the Shade Splitters. Just see what's inside them. Okay, the one that I don't care about most is the Rebel Morsel. Let's play that in front down here. Let's play another morsel that I don't care about in front down here. Or a Queen's Impling, right? Oh, actually, you're already not dying, because you've got Damage Shield too. Right. Okay, so we are going to draw our vent to kill you guys before you get to the top. So let's not worry about morsels at the bottom. If we play Queen's Impling, it doesn't work. We're thinking about playing the Furnace Tap. And as much as I want to Furnace Tap my guy in the front, is it better to Furnace Tap the one that has Quick? Probably not. You just have so much more attack. So Furnace Tap you. And then add morsels. And then we add a morsel to the bottom. And then we've got a Queen's Impling, which can go here and die. Because we don't actually want it in the deck. Okay. So, the problem is we haven't played the Ember Caches yet. So we're going to have to go a couple turns without having any input, which is bad. It is bad. Okay, you are the problem. I don't like you. You guys are going to die from my vent next turn. You can get some morsels. A morsel does not save you. A morsel does not save you. Which is sad. We might trap shoot this back one. Ooh, you're dying? Oh, that's terrifying. We could put a... We could do a lot of things to help that. If we trap shoot the back one, I think that saves you. So let's trap shoot the back one. Now you're not dying. Now you heal back up. Next. Do we save you with morsels or not? Because we could just not and draw you next turn and replay you... We can't replay you next turn because we don't have Ember. So we kind of want to save you with morsels. I don't really care about the magma morsel. So we'll put you in front, and then we'll do a morsel jeweler. And then you're saved. Sadly. Sadly, I felt like we had to do that. Fortifying you doesn't do anything. Let's fortify you. And give you some rage. Okay. Not having Ember feels bad. I would like my Ember Drain to go down, please. Okay. This turn you might die. We can play the Morsel Excavator. We have to play the vent up here, by the way. Morsel Excavator. Umbra Morsel. Umbra Morsel in front. Doesn't matter because you're going to have lifesteal. It kind of does matter a little bit, right? Not really. Okay. Umbra Morsel here. Here. Put it in front. Then we play Vent. And that makes it so that you guys don't die. And this one does. Now, what? Would love to kill you. We might have to use a Vent against you next turn. Down here, I feel like you're going to die no matter what. And therefore, we should just play morsels at the top. I think we should. And we shouldn't play anything at the bottom because the Darkwings get stronger, so... Alright, next turn, I think we have one Ember to spend. And we have to spend it to play Excavated Ember if we can. We can't. We have one Ember, and there's nothing really to spend it on. Okay, well, Inflame you... You're not dying currently. That is a problem. It's a problem that I don't think we can deal with. I think that the... I mean, we could play another Furnace Tap, but at that point we are completely in the red. We want to be in the black sometimes. I think we have to play the Vent at the top, because we don't want you to get to the top as well. And that'll give us morsels to play. Okay, well, you know, at least these morsels make you better. I don't want to play my Furnace Tap yet. We have an Ember Cache. So we play the Ember Cache, we play the Ember Cache, and now that we've played Ember Cache, I'm allowed to play Furnace Tap. That's how it works. So, we're going to play a Shade Splitter, and then we play a Vent. So you're not dying, but you're not doing well, and there's another one that's getting to the top. I feel like we should Furnace Tap you, but you just do so much less damage. It's just that this guy is having trouble surviving every turn. Oh, you're making it to the top. That's terrifying. Oh, that's terrifying. That does 60 damage to my Pyre, you making it to the top. I think we have to do Furnace Tap. Okay, here we go. Fortify. Furnace Tap. And then only one of them makes it. Morsel Jeweler, Ant-Umbra Morsel, Ant-Umbra Morsel. Oh my gosh, this is so scary. I think we might die. I thought that a lot of the time, but I feel more serious about it now. We're down to 16. Okay, you desperately need Immortal Trade. And we don't have any Ember, so we can start with Vent. You need to be vented away. You can't be vented away, which is a real problem. So Vent here, and then give you Lifesteal. I think that's very important to us. And then the Morsels. Your damage shield is no longer going to matter, so let's do... Actually, does your damage shield matter? Because of you. 45, you're getting... You've got 94 total. So this is... You're fine. You're fine, actually. Okay. So we can do 3 making of Morsels. Oh my. And then a Morsel Jeweler we don't actually want to play. I don't want it in the deck either, but we don't want to play it. Barely keeping it going. We're in the Relentless phase. Feel like we didn't do well this time. And therefore we very likely die. If we can give you lots of lifesteal, but you're down to 1 lifesteal. And it's not like we're going to give you much more. Yeah, I think we're dead. But there's some things that we can do. Since you're healing up fully, the vent at the top doesn't do much. So I think we vent here just to prevent this guy from making it. Let's do that. You can get another lifesteal. Another lifesteal is good. And then fortify you, because fortifying the front one doesn't do anything. Inflame you. And then we didn't get to play that Ember Cache. I feel like having to play Furnace Tap early really messed up this battle. But I felt like we had to play it. Okay, we have an Excavated Ember this turn. And the best thing to play that on is Furnace Tap, almost certainly. Almost certainly. I have to think about what we're doing, because you die pretty quickly. Even though multi-strike is better on you, you die pretty quickly. So maybe we give the multi-strike to the back unit, because the back unit is going to be around longer. But you do so much more damage that maybe it's still you. And I don't think playing Shade Splitters is worthwhile, even with Wing Technology, because of the 12 times 4. I don't think this Furnace Tap saves you. The only thing that probably wins is if we play a Shade Splitter and we get another lifesteal. Right? Because Furnace Tap is going to give you another multi-strike, which means while you're alive, you're dealing 150-something damage a couple more times, which does not equal 2,000, which is how much more damage we need to deal. So I think the best thing that we can hope for is playing Shade Splitter, getting something that gives you a lifesteal. Ooh, we got one? Alright, so we play that, behind of course. Now we're doing... That did another 500 damage, which is pretty good. But adding another lifesteal doesn't do anything. So I think we're done now. This Umbra morsel, even taking a hit doesn't do anything for us, because that would just mean that you don't heal all the way up the first time, so this doesn't really do anything. Yeah, as you can see, it didn't do anything. Okay, so we die against Seraph the Temperant again. Oh man, Seraph the Temperant, you are my hill to climb. Definitely what ruined that battle was the need to play Furnace Tap early. And I don't know if I could have avoided it. It felt like at the time that I had to do it. Alright, that was the run. It was a pretty decent run, honestly. I felt pretty good about it. It lost against Seraph the Temperant, but I felt pretty good about the run. So, next time, hopefully we win. Since this was a loss, no new mastered cards. On the right, I am featuring Pyrewings, which as usual were one of the more difficult opponents for me, due to having Sweep and bestowing Ember Drain. 6 attack is also just enough to kill morsels, even when I have Scorched Steel. Seraph the Temperant is my ultimate nemesis. He is the only enemy that I have not yet registered 10 kills, and I again flubbed another chance. On the left, I am very happy to say that I now have had in a deck every single card in the game. Blazing Bolts was the last one to reach 1 battle. Now I just have to master all the ones that can be mastered. Fortify becomes the 19th card to reach my 100 battle threshold, where I stop counting. Part of the reason that I've had Fortify so often is that it goes in basically every deck. For artifacts, I fully utilized Pyrestone Housing this run, including managing to fit 4 upgrade stones into a single unit, which I'd never done before now. Scorched Steel reaches my 10 battle threshold, and aside from being an all-around okay artifact, it is particularly nice to help keep morsels alive. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.